Hi guys, today we're going to be taking a look at Diamond Select's Logan. Taking a look at the statue here, you can see straight off the bat that the face is highly detailed, very nicely sculpted and painted. The paint application is very clean on this. Some of the gallery line, the paint application is a little bit hit or miss. There seems to be a little bit of a lack in quality control. However, with them being the gallery line is based on budget-friendly statues, so to have a little bit of messy paint is kind of to be expected. There is unfortunately a seam line going right up the middle of Wolverine's head, which is really unfortunate. You can see it going right across the head, and they've kind of worked it in to be around the top of the ear, which works better, but it's a shame they couldn't have worked it in with the hair a little bit. It's not too bad, but when you do look up close, especially with the camera here, you do certainly notice it. But the jacket, t-shirt and the belt buckle and all that is very cleanly done. Really nicely weathered as well. The jacket itself is perhaps the best painted thing on the actual statue. It really does look like leather. Really nicely textured and weathered. You can see you've got the, I guess, brass rings. Really nicely painted. There's no sloppy paint job here. And then that continues all the way up to the top and down the sleeves. You can see this is separate parts that were joined at the factory, but they've worked it in really well, and honestly I think it's probably the best way they could have done that. You can see the claws on the hands. Paint job's really nice on them. I will say that out the box, this claw in particular was bent too far inwards, so I heated it up with a hairdryer, slightly, very slightly. This is PVC, so you can melt it. So be very gentle if you are going to heat it up and rebend anything like I did. But just applied a little bit of heat and then positioned it where I wanted it, and either let it cool or put some cold water on it. I just let it cool because I'm not sure how the paint would react with the water, which is perhaps something I would caution against. I'm not entirely sure if it's an acrylic paint or something else. I would imagine it's probably acrylic, and I don't know how water would react to that, so if you are heating up the claws to position them better, probably best just to let them air dry and be very careful with how much heat you apply. I'll take a look at the face here a little bit better. You can see the eyes are really sunken, but the look itself is very old man Logan, and it's really greatly done. I really love this statue. The texture on the hands is really impressive as well, especially for the budget. And of course there are these seam lines every so often that creep up where things were joined. However, you know, these things are not a big deal in my opinion. They're worked into the statue as best as they could be, I think. And we'll take a look at the base here. As you can see, the base itself is just a rock formation. It's very much the same imagery as we see in the comics, which is obviously a really nice thing to see that it carries over. You see you've got the Iron Man suit here at the bottom, just by his boot. Now the paint job on the Iron Man suit is a little bit messy. However, it's supposed to be obviously battle damaged, and you know, Stark's long passed away, so I think it's fine to be messy, especially because it's supposed to be dirty as well. I think that's cool. And you've got Captain America's shield here, looking all scratched up and beat into the ground. Yeah, it's a shame that the shield isn't facing the front of the statue. It would have been nice to have it flipped to be able to see it in the background. However, you can still see the straps on the inside, which is enough for you to see it from the front and go, that looks like Captain America's shield. But it would be perhaps something I would have liked to have seen done slightly different, but that's just nitpicking. The boot itself is really nicely sculpted and painted as well. Overall, the statue's really nicely painted, really nicely sculpted, and I would highly recommend it. The only thing that I have to gripe about is the claw being misaligned. I think that was due to the packaging, because when I brought it out the packaging, it was leaning like that. So it was like it was leaning up against something all that time, and it's just held that shape. So that's not Diamond Select's fault necessarily. But like I said, if you are going to fix anything with the claws, be very careful with the heat. These are PVC statues, so as you can see, they are just hollow PVC. They're really light. They can warp with heat. So if you're doing anything with fixing the claws or perhaps the jacket or anything, just be very careful with that. But yeah, this statue is really one of my favorites. I would highly recommend this, especially if you're a Wolverine fan, if you're a Logan fan. This is a must buy. At the time in which I bought this, I paid $35 for. That was in the sale, so I do believe it usually retails for between $40 and $50. I received mine from Amazon, and I would highly recommend it to anyone, especially if you're a Logan or Wolverine fan. Big X-Men fan, this is definitely a good buy, and I would highly recommend it. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I do very much appreciate all the support that I've been receiving, and I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, let me know down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on whether you liked or disliked the video. Let me know, and perhaps consider subscribing if you would like to. I plan on doing a lot more reviews in the future, and yeah, well, thank you guys very much.